Hi, this is FMC Diversify. My name is Fern, and on my channel I discuss many different topics from faith to starting a small business to starting a business. I don't really like to say small because I don't want to put a label on nobody's business. Because if you make $1 billion, that's you. Go for it. Why not? You know, the only one you're responsible to realistically is God, and then we have to count to the financial bindings to the government and keeping the laws and stuff of the land that God established. Yet at the same time, we still, we can make as much money as long as you don't put money as your God. So we're going to talk about starting a business, and we're going to talk about starting a food vending business and a street vending business today. I'm going to only do a preview and a summary. If you got any questions, drop me a comment below and I will get back to you, or DM me, and I can guide you as best I can to start in one. It's not difficult. It doesn't take a rocket science. It doesn't take your master's, your doctorate, your ABCs, or your 1, 2, 3s. It takes common sense, and it takes just inner ingenuity and a thought and a passion. And when I say passion, if you're gonna go into food vending, love it. Love serving people. Love serving food, good quality food, consistency, because it is work. And I found that out that the hard way. Yet at the same time, I gained a lot of knowledge. I gained a lot of strength in business. I like business. I'm not a food vendor. I doubt it, but I'm not a food vendor. So I'm talking to those who are looking to get into being a vendor on the streets and arenas. I've done a lot of studying, a lot of investigating, so I'm here to give you the information. And let's start about vending in general. Getting a vending license is not difficult. It is not difficult. Starting a vending business is not as expensive as you would think in your mind, because you don't have the knowledge of what it costs to start a vending business. It takes your research, your cell phone. I don't have mine in front of me. It takes a want to, and you can pull all of those pennies and nickels and dimes together and get your license. Excuse me, my eyes itching now. To go get your vendor's license. First of all, I would tell you get a pen and a piece of paper, and sit down and write. If it's hot dogs, write hot dogs. If it's cotton candy, write cotton candy. If it's whatever it is, sit down and write the name. That's your idea. That's what you want to do. If it's 1, 2, or 3 things, put them down. And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, well, what I think. Start what you think. If you think it's $2,000, write it down. Write $2,000. Write hot dog vendor. Put hot dog vendor, and then write $2,000. And then what you're gonna do, once you wrote hot dogs, and then you're gonna begin to list everything under hot dog. You keep that 2,000. I should have put it over here, 2,000. So let me rewrite again. Put hot dogs. Don't put sodas or snacks or anything yet. And then just put 2,000, because you're gonna need that in the beginning. You're gonna need that in the beginning. So hot dog, that's what you want to start. Is a hot dog cart, truck, and $2,000. If this is what you think it would need. Now this will be for all of the things your equipment and supplies, but we're going to break that down. And I'm just showing this as a quick little brief. This is not what you're going to do, but just as an example to what you're going to do. Start. If you're going to sell hats, gloves, baseball cards, just put that down. So you put hot dog, because this is a food vendor, right? And this is just a vending table. Vending, let me write it. Vending table. So just put vending table down. And it could be shoes, hats, gloves, socks. Just put that down. We're going to work with this $2,000 underneath both of these. But before we could take and do this, we got to count the cost and see what we need. So we're going to say, okay, first of all, before I can start this, I need my vending license. So I know I want to do hot dogs. What do I need to do that? And we're going to research. So with the next step, that was step one, the idea. Step two is going to be the research. Okay, what is it going to take me to do all these pieces? We're going to do some research. That means I'm going to need a phone, a cell phone, house phone, pay phone if they're still around. And there are some places, I've seen them. Cell phone, pay phone, and I'm going to need the telephone directory with the cell phone, because I need to, or Google, because Google could look up the information for you too. Then we're going to say, now where do I start? And you're going to have a place to start. And where we're going to start at is City Hall. City Hall. So we're going to go to City Hall. Or town clerk, or the any place that the government does business, because you're going into, from a vendor, you're going into business. I'm not putting small business. Don't let nobody put no limits on your business. Small business is classified under something in government, but we could talk about that later. Just say I'm going into business. So in the business part of it, we're going to start at the City Hall or the town clerk's office, and we're going to go do some research. Remember, research is up there. Research. From the research, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the town hall. Why? Who are we going to see in the town hall? Anybody. Anybody who has information in that government office will know, and if they don't know, their co-worker will know, but somebody in that city hall or that town clerk's office, that's where we want to get to. A department. The department we want to get to is the clerk's office, the mayor's office, the police, because some police departments are in the same center of where the government office is, and they can direct you, especially the police department, can direct you to who to get your license. And what we want to do is either go to the clerk's office or the police department or wherever the license for your first document you're going to need to do business. So even before you get your license, you might have to register your business. So we got to sit down and we got to plan all of this research out, because you want to do it legally. You don't want to go into business and not be legal. You will get in trouble. And this is about freedom, independence, liberty. That's what you want to do. So from there, what you're going to do is you are going to write all that down, research, put research first, idea, research, how do I start, and you begin to get information and collect it. And you're going to end up with piles of pieces of paper from different places. The city hall, or the buildings department, or the police department, but you're going to do that. So 2 things I want you to do is you go, and there's also a piece of paper, is you want to get a piece of paper and you want to register your business name. So there's a couple of different ways again to start it. If you're going to start with your business name, you can start with your business name and then go get your license, or you could do them simultaneously, but you're going to have to make your business legal. So I'm talking also to people who have felonies, to people who are have been in the military, because you can get your vendor's license for free. You can take and pull your cans and bottles together to get your business license. So we're going to work on that. So once we get to the city hall, the police department, the clerk's office, that government agency, ask them this: where do I go to register a business, or where do I go to get a vending permit or a vending license? That's what you want to ask them. And then you scurry off to that place, and they're going to give you some documents, and you tell them, don't tell them everything, because you don't want to give no information that they don't need, because that information you need for your business. But you just tell them, I'm looking to start, and they're going to ask you what type of business. I'm looking to start a food vending cart, a stand, a cart, something in that line. So when you do that, then you begin to keep going, and you're telling them what kind of business you want to go into. Sneakers, socks, earphones, earplugs, covers, anything you want to sell. You go, because you're going to start a legal business. You're going to be legal. Because when tax time come, or somebody come, or the police come, there's so much about vending that you're going to be able to walk this thing out. You're going to have to walk. You're going to have to put on those sneakers, and after a while your flip-flops might break. You better be able to pull out some socks, put them on your feet. So from there, from the city hall, you're going to gather all of that paper back together, and you're going to bring it back home, and you're going to sit down and you're going to read through it. You're going to pull your cell phone out. You're going to pull your dictionary out. You're going to pull your computer out, because you're going to become a lawyer. You're going to become a lawyer for your business. You're going to go to the library. I did. I went to the courthouse. I went to the lawyer's library that the lawyers use, and I told them I wanted to look up some laws. So not only did I learn the law, I learned the ordinances, not only for the city, but for the state and for the federal government. And you're going to say, oh, that's a whole lot of work. Well, let me tell you, it's a whole lot of work being broke. It's a whole lot of work being oppressed, and it's a whole lot of work being without. When you do these steps, it might take you a couple of days, a couple of months, but when you walk out there with your food license or your different license you're going to get, and I'm going to teach you along that line, you're going to be able to say, you know what? I'm going into business. I'm in business. I'm legal. And if somebody comes up on you with their, and you being educated, somebody comes up on you with their nonsense and shenanigans, as my daughter would say, I love when she says it, your nonsense and your shenanigans, you're going to be able to say, this is this license, this is this license, this is this license, here's the statutes, the ordinance, and you're going to be able to rattle them off, and they will be undone. And then you know, and you're a child of God, there's a war going on. But when you know your laws, you know the statutes, because they don't know. The majority of them don't know. They'll tell you anything. They will lie to you, and you will do it, and they will swear they're getting over. But you know what? You'll be legal. You'll be a legal entity, legal business. So you know what? I said I was going to make this video long, but I want to run this just to you, and I'm giving you an overview of starting your own business, whether it's food, whether it's just being a regular vendor, whether it's being a hawker or peddler, and we'll go into each of those different things. If you have questions, I'll explain it to you. I'll do a video, And we off because I'm excited about this. Been doing it over 20 plus years, 20, 25 years, and people came because they didn't know where to go get the information. The Bible says that my people perish for a lack of knowledge, and I talk about faith on my channel because I know for me, where I was before my journey and being a single mom with 3 children, it was that. It was a whole something I didn't expect. So we're going to talk about this on my channel, and I'm glad. So once you read over those papers, write everything down, what you want to do, what you plan to do. You don't have to be no scholar. You don't have to write a perfect sentence with a capital and a dot at the end. You don't have to be, it could be on a napkin, it could be on your shoelace, it could be on your hand until you get someplace to write it down. And I say that because a lot of times our thoughts will stagnate us and, oh, it's not good enough, oh, it's not this. Whatever you have in your heart, I'm learning, and I've learned, you can do it. So starting a business, and this is beyond just a hot dog vending business, cotton candy, I'm giving you a structure for starting any business. I don't care what kind of business you want to go into, a doctor, a lawyer, they all have to start here in the beginning. You have to become licensed. So where do I go to get my license? What license am I going to need? Because some you need 1 license. Some you may need 3 or 4 licenses. So I'm excited. Again, my name is Fern. Please come back and visit me if you have any questions. And we will work with one another. This is just not a one-person sit-down happening. It's research. It's information. It's knowledge. It's being able to help yourself and others. And we'll talk a lot about business, because business, and I'm talking to those who already know, because if you already know, you know. Hey, you know, that's whatever you decide and you get, you can keep it. You could keep it, you could share it, you could do anything with it. It doesn't make a difference. But I'm talking to those people who want to grow and also be a blessing to others, because it's better to give than receive. And when you give to others and you give that hot dog, what do you want back? Do you want a thank you, or do you want a something, 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 because you was nasty giving it to them? If you're going into business just for the money and to be nasty, don't go into business. Don't do that. Because you know what? You ain't going to last too long. Because your name will get out there in the street. Your name will out. You don't even have to be on the street. Like I was on the streets of the city I lived in for 7+ years. And if you put them all together, the things that have happened, I'll talk about and I'll share about them when time is necessary. But being on the streets for over 10+ years, well, I'm telling you, I'm like, whoo! And going through some of the things that I had to experience that didn't make no sense because of somebody else's nonsense and shenanigans. It didn't make no sense. People, a lot of times, don't make no sense. I just selling hot dogs and a soda and a bag of potato chips. Baby clothes. Yep, baby clothes. One of the sisters sold perfume. One of the sisters sold sneakers and shoes. Household products. All you want to do is make $1, and you get a hard way to go over making $1. And it's not the item. It's the money. So don't do business if you got a nasty attitude. I could tell you. I got my own testimony. I can tell it better than you could tell it. So anyway, Yeah, come sit down and let's chit chat about becoming a vendor, getting your business going. And if it's not vending and you have another question, I will try my best to direct you to some direction to help you. So don't think you can't sit down, because I've learned that you can learn through listening to others. You can learn other things that will apply. It may be a different object, but it runs a lot of time into the same scenario. License it. Licensing. So again, my name is Fern. This is FMC Diversify. Please click below and check out the future videos to come, because we're going to be talking about a whole lot of life stuff going on. And I want you to have a great day. I'm going to have a good day. I've been invited to dinner. Guess what? I'm going to a dinner. All right. Be well.